They're trying to fight through. Okay, well there actually is a couple of plays, and maybe I can even show them that I think may kind of help those situations out a little bit. But we have kind of a quick hitter built in for that a little bit. Yeah, yeah, that'd be great. Actually, would it? Could I right now? Would it just take a second? Okay. Do you have a pin there? These are a couple plays that actually they're uh, they're plays when I was playing at Eastern Oregon that we used, and they're against the zone, and we use them in conjunction with each other. And I think they're great plays regardless of whether you're coaching boys or girls here. And hopefully this will I don't necessarily know if you can answer that, because I think that if they're really there's a couple of things. If they're really trying to fight through and you know it, I mean, and they're kind of reading what's going on. There's a couple of things you can do, but one of them is you can kind of set the pick, and and then just step to the ball. And a lot of time they'll be open in that situation also. But we run this play and we call this power, in case you're scouting us, okay? And okay, it's a pretty simple play here. Both these are real simple. You can use them, you could stay in them if you want to, but we use them a little bit more as quick hitters. And what you have is you have your point guard here. You guys can see that okay? And we're going to make an entry here. And what we're going to try to do in this case is we're going to try to draw the top out as fine. So we'll go ahead and when we run power, we'll go ahead and start a little bit higher than this wings, because we'll be okay with the top guard coming out to guard us. Okay? Now what you do is you interchange here these two players. Okay? Can you guys see that okay? Do you have a darker pin, do you think? It's Oh, there they are. Okay. Sorry. So you can interchange, and you don't have to necessarily interchange. We do. Yeah, what I would suggest, if your one's a good shooter, you make an interchange. We like to interchange on both these plays because it usually puts our better passer in this situation. Okay, and on the interchange, we're going to really try to have this one get it really deep as possible here. And there's two ways you can do it. We always want to try to simplify our passes. And so, so if we have to on the interchange reverse it, we'll reverse it here. But usually the zone will slide over. This R1. And we then kick it down to this corner here, which is similar kind of action I think that you're looking for. And on that, what that does is since the guard came out here, it pulls the bottom out. And this post here is just going to come and slide and pin the middle. And then they're just going to slide underneath here, and you're going to look to hit that player. And so essentially what you're doing is you're doing kind of, I think, what you're talking about, is you're trying to look for a weak side skip and then seal the middle. And you could do that without the power play also. We use that along with this play. And this has been just a play that's been really successful for us. And it's a similar setup. And again, you don't have to interchange with it or not. But again, here we're going to try to start a little bit lower to draw a bottom out. Okay? And we'll go ahead and hit here. And then there will be an interchange just like we had before. And for us, sometimes teams know what we're in if they see the interchange. So that's why we kind of put the two together. They can't tell if we're tacking ball side or if we're tacking weak side. And then on the interchange here, we're going to throw it. And then we're going to reverse it. And this point guard is going to be in a higher position. On the ball, as the ball's in the air, this person's going to go pin the outside, and this person's going to go pin the middle. And then you have this guard going backside, and you're looking for the lob here from the 1 to the 3. Is that clear, or was it too jumbled up in there? Okay? I mean, it's a way to attack the weak side. Yeah. Okay, the reason why we try to start this guard low is because we're hoping on the first pass it draws this defender out a little bit, and that gets him further from the basket. And again, you don't have to interchange. But as the ball is being thrown, as the ball is in the air to here, This person's going to pin the outside, which is that X that stepped out to guard here, and this person's going and pinning the middle. And we almost like we're parting the seas a little bit for this 3 that originally caught the ball. And you can even step a post out if you want to go back door for a back door. The one is looking right actually for the corner, the weak side corner of the backboard. And I'm not telling you, I don't care if it's, in college we had a kid that really could jump well, and we'd send our 5 out, and we'd run it, I'm not kidding you, two times a game for dunks. I think it's a great backdoor lob play, but this weak side generally has a tendency to rest in zone, so a lot of times you can attack the weak side. And this is honestly like our kind of our money play against zones. You know, we can't run it that often, but there's been games where we've had games where we've seriously ran 8 times for lanes. Okay. Now, one of the things that obviously we've been scouted more and seen more, and so it's happening less and less. So we got to be a little bit smarter about when we use it. But to come back and run power has been a great adjustment play for us, because now they're so worried about covering the weak side lob that we just pin the ball side and the post comes across and there's nobody there. And you know, they can't tell whether the guard is you know, catching it right here to get a top out, or whether they're 2 steps further down to catch a bottom out. And it's a really simple play, but I'm telling you, they're both really effective. Go ahead. The post player that goes all the way, literally runs underneath, and they got to go early. They're screening with their bat. Our general rule when setting a pick is our back is always to where we want the person to receive the ball. So in this case, my back is going to be right to here. And the further we can get that person out, the better, because it creates more room. And then this person is